To appear on behalf of the petitioner.
Yes.
This pertains to, my lord, the annual Mela, my lord, the fair, my lord, organized by this particular community known as the Mutua community. On the last occasion, this matter was taken up, my lord. I had indicated, my lord, there are now two factions, my lord.
Action to be taken regarding the consideration of the application
Yes.
and whether any other application has been made by any other person or authority for holding the fair on the same date, time, everything.
Correct. Two things. So far, what is fallen from Mr. Bhattacharya's client that he is holding the Mela from the last 3-4 years.
No, not last 3-4 years. We are holding it since long. That is there stated in the application.
Whatever.
I just indicate two things. I consulted the record. It appears that from 2021, the Mela is being organized by the faction group of the people. That is the person concerned who is not added as a party. Person concerned who has applied for the license. There are two applications came up. Two applications on the same date we have received. One application contained with the everything like the permission from the owners, electricity, the fire department's license, everything. Now we have to granted the license to the other faction of the group. So I can show you to your lordship. Whatever he has given Millet, the permission is supposed to support it with some of the documents. The documents were not there. I just show to your lordship my.
So you have granted permission to hold the fair to somebody else?
Yes, my lord.
You have already?
Yes.
This is what they keep on doing, my lord, as I was indicating, my lord. But insofar as, my lord.
1 minute, let me understand things.
Okay,
Who is the...
Well, may I just indicate from the petition
Yes.
that Mr. Bhattacharya is indicating the faction of the group. One is but I will not taking the name, Millet.
Yes.
The petitioner is one hand, another person is not being added as a party, is also in another camp. The fight between of the chair of the Mutua, who will be the final authority. Now, if your lordship kindly take trouble to see the instruction once, lordship kindly take trouble to see, consider.
And may I have a copy?
I mean, দিচ্ছি আমার কাছে একটাই কপি আছে.
Share it with him so that he can also see what
Yes.
you are reading.
Very well. I only two copy. Now kindly have a minute. See from the page number 4 onwards.
Paragraph 7.
Paragraph 7 minute.
Yes.
Kindly come down to the minute. During the 2021 license for holding the Mutua Dharma Mahamela hereinafter Mela was issued in favor of the applicant Mamta Thakur. Minute, these copies also we have annexed. Lordship would find it in the annexure 1, which is at minute just before the minute starting the same form 29.
Yes. Oh, this is not paginated. All right. Then
I'm sorry, minute, it's not.
it's very well. Then
Now kindly see minute the 2022 on the next page.
Page 368 once, my lord. There are, my lord, a plethora of criminal cases, my lord, which were, my lord, all the time, my lord, registered against us. What they did was, my lord, we were filing the returns before the register of societies, my lord. They, my lord, once again, my lord, took shelter of the state machinery. My lord, they started filing the returns suddenly, my lord, from this particular year and started claiming themselves, my lord, as the persons in control of the Mahashangho. So, my lord, the page 368, my lord, as I was saying, my lord, kindly, my lord, 2 lines from the bottom. Here also, my lord, we were the petitioners. Every year, when the Mutua Dharma Mela occurs, the private respondent come up with some issue or the other leading to registration of criminal cases. Of late, 4 such cases have been started by the private respondent and their associates. Even this court has come down heavily on them in these frivolous cases. These proceedings, including the present one, are essentially attended with mala fide. Last year, a case was started on similar allegations. By an order dated 23/3/2023, a coordinate bench of this court in CRR number such as stayed the investigation. During another incident, a very powerful person of the state wanted to go into the Mutua temple when it was closed. Scuffle took place. The same informant then started 5 criminal cases against the petitioners. By an order dated 26/2023 passed in WPA number such and such of 2023, another coordinate bench of this court directed that no coercive action should be taken against the petitioner. Regarding a case of bank account freezing that has taken place this year, a coordinate bench of this court has passed directions in favor of the petitioner and indicated the possibility of serious wrongdoings by the private respondents in respect of the PAN card and income tax documents. These proceedings are still pending. The order that I just referred to, it is still pending. A competent lawyer could make an FIR look like foolproof. However, one has to look into the attending circumstances and read between the lines. Now, thereafter, my lord, Haji Iqbal's case was quoted, my lord. Thereafter, my lord, kindly turns overleaf, my lord, kindly takes, my lord, page 371, my lord. For the second last paragraph, my lord, all parties have to be treated equally. My lord, has found that, my lord?
Yes.
If the instant FIR has been registered on the ground that cognizable offence is made out from a plain reading of the same would apply to the other FIR. It is encouraging to note that the submissions of the learned Advocate General that if section 354 of Penal Code has not been added in the other FIR, the same would be done. Similar treatment should always also be given in respect of any notice under section 41A of the Code, and thereafter, my lord, FIR, etc., my lord, the notices were, my lord, state, a report was called for. So, my lord, this is the situation, my lord. My lord, I was just referring to, my lord, the background, my lord, that keeps on happening every year, my lord. But it is now, my lord, within judicial notice, my lord, that every year, my lord, there are cases, my lord, which are registered against us, my lord, the moment, my lord, at the threshold of the Mohamela, my lord. But this is, my lord, at the instance of, my lord, the Thakur family. The Thakur family, my lord, happens to be, my
Now
lord,
see, fact remains, permission has already been granted.
my lord, if a permission has been granted, my lord, a permission cannot be granted in non-consideration of our application, my lord. The application, my lord, that I pointed out, page 388, we made that application, my lord, and there is no response forthcoming from the state as regards, my lord, what action they have taken on our application. All India Mutua Mahasangher পক্ষ থেকে বিশেষভাবে অবগত করা যাইতেছে।
No, but then where are the other documents? The application in the applicant in whose favor the application has been allowed contains previous documents. All
But I also
documents are
referred to, my
there.
lord, I also referred to, my lord, certain previous documents, my lord.
Only the last year's,
I have it from page number to, my lord.
no, but then where is the permission? You showed me only the permission for erection.
Yes, last year, my lord, that was there, my lord.
61, where is the
Fine.
permission for holding
Yes,
the
very
fair?
But it kindly takes page 283, my lord. 283. This is for the year 2014. But this was granted in, my lord,
14.
2014.
What about the last,
last year, but
4 years?
my lord, as I stated, my lord, we have been my lord, conducting the Mela, my lord. Last year also, my lord, fire gave us the permission, my lord. We conducted the Mela. They tried to, my lord, freeze our bank account. We got that defreeze, my lord.
How can you conduct the Mela when I can see the permission given to
My lord,
somebody else?
permission, my lord, they have given it, my lord, in, my lord, the state machinery, my lord, as I have, my lord, indicated, my lord, and in our application also, my lord, we had also categorically indicated সুতরাং মতুয়া ধর্ম মহামেলার 2025 অনুমোদন যাহাতে অল ইন্ডিয়া সংঘের পক্ষে সম্পাদকের নামে করা হয় তাহার জন্য আবেদন জানাইতেছি। মানে কাইন্ডলি অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েটস my lord the provisions of my lord the society's registration act, my lord. My lord, a সংঘাধিপতি, my lord, is just an ornamental post, my lord. There cannot be any permission which can be granted in the name of the সংঘাধিপতি. My lord, if my lord kindly takes, my lord, the provisions of the West Bengal Society's Registration Act, it is either the president or the secretary, my lord. And that is what, my lord, they also categorically stated in their application. Thereafter also, my lord, we smelt a ratch, my lord, that they will again try to do this, my lord. We again made a follow-up, my lord, on the 3rd of March. We indicated it is judgment to further highlight that your good office should not entertain any other person claiming to be the secretary or Sanghatipati, as they would be imposters or impersonators of our Sangho. Furthermore, the Sanghatipati can be a direct descendant of Sri Horichand Thakur, and Mr. Shantanu Thakur is the direct descendant of Sri Horichand Thakur. It is judgment to highlight that previously as well, the bank account of our said Sangho was frozen by Gaighata police station. However, the same was defreezed by the Honorable High Court at Calcutta, which permitted us to hold the said Mela with respect to the previous year. So, my lord, this is the backdrop of the case, my lord. Now,
From 21 onwards,
My lord.
the licenses are there.
my lord, from
21,
2021, my lord, as I indicated, my lord.
22,
Yes.
3 also, 4 also.
My lord, we have also, my lord, license in some form or the other from some authorities, my lord, to demonstrate, my lord, that we have also, my lord, been conducting the Mela. Now, kindly take, this is from the Fire and Emergency Services, my lord. This is, my lord, issued in name of the petitioner number 3, page 280. This is 2021,
280.
my lord. This is, my lord, demand notice for erection of temporary structure pandal for Mahadharma Mohamela 21 at Thakurnagar.
And is the place the same?
Yes, my lord, this is, my lord, my ancestral place, my lord, the petitioner number 1's ancestral place. This place is known as Sridham Thakurnagar Thakurbari. So, my lord, this Thakurbari, my lord, this belongs to, my lord, the descendants of, my lord, Sri Horichand Guruchand Thakur, my lord. The petitioner number 1, my lord, happens to be, my lord, the direct bloodline, a descendant from the, my lord, and a direct bloodline, my lord, of, my lord, Sri Horichand Thakur and
Can you please tell me how can permissions be granted to 2 persons for holding the fair in the same year, in the same place, the same date?
Lordship is possibly indicating that to the another one. It is on 13th January. That
Yes.
application has been come up.
Right.
So,
And it was allowed on 10th of March.
Right.
And this writ petition was filed on 11th of March. Right. What were you doing from February? Why did not intimate that there is already an application?
I tell you two things. Kindly consider one aspect. What is this is a simple representations. Had it been a case, this representation was coming up with the supporting documents, and otherwise we have to take a call on that event. This is a simple representation. Prior to that, whatever has come up, that is the absolutely fulfilling the procedural part. So we have to give the millet permission.
You could have told them, see, you do not have all these documents, go. I am not granting permission to you.
Right? We
We will
will
sit tight over the matter.
This is nothing but demonstrative of, my lord, how, my lord, the state.
So 89, what is there?
This is a millet letter to the Sabadipati dated 27th
February
Now
25.
kindly see who has wrote this one
Hmm.
and what is the content here.
Hmm.
মহাশয় অল ইন্ডিয়া মতুয়া মহাসংঘের পক্ষ হইতে বিশেষভাবে অবগত করা হইতেছে যে প্রতি বছরের ন্যায় এই বৎসর শ্রীরাম ঠাকুরনগর ঠাকুরবাড়িতে মতুয়া ধর্ম সম্মেলন 2025 সালে অনুষ্ঠিত হইতে চলিয়াছে। আগামী 25শে মার্চ 2000 তারিখে পূর্ণ স্নান সহ মহামেলার শুভ সূচনা হইতেছে। বিগত 1948 সাল হইতে মহামেলার সূচনা হইয়াছে। এই মহামেলার জন্য পূর্বে কোনো অনুমোদন লাগিত না। 1887 সাল হইতে প্রথম জেলা পরিষদের অনুমোদন লাভ হইতেছে। সেই সময়কাল হইতে অল ইন্ডিয়া মতুয়া মহাসংঘের নামে ফর্ম 29 এর অনুমোদনের মাধ্যমে করা হইতেছে, কিন্তু বিগত 2017 সাল হইতে এর অনুমোদন অল ইন্ডিয়া মতুয়া মহাসংঘের সম্পাদক বিভিন্ন সংঘাপতি নামকরণ অনুযায়ী হইতেছে। So Millard, this is Millard the statement which he is Millard
Admitting.
Yes.
Now, is my learned friend contending, my lord, that the final permission has been granted by the Jela Parishad? Because, my lord, from the documents he referred to, my lord, I do not find, my lord, any final permission, my lord, forthcoming from the Jela Parishad.
License
So-
I have shown.
দেখো দেখ একবার দেখা, আমাকে তো কপি দিসনি।
দেখাচ্ছি তো, কেন দেখাবো না? দেখি
Yes. 10th of March, additional executive officer, not 24 Parganas, Zilla Parishad, form 29 has already been issued.
My lord, form 29, my lord, I'm grateful to my learned friend, my lord, annexure 13.
Yes.
Very well. But this has no validity, my lord, in the eye of law. My lord, kindly takes, my lord. My lord, has the Panchayat Act, my lord?
No.
Panchayat Act, দাও তো, check করো। না, তুই কপি দিস না তো।
আমি তো জানতাম না তুই এরকম করে এই কপি গুলো নিবি, এটা তো আমার প্রিভিলেজ কমিউনিকেশন।
প্রিভিলেজ কমিউনিকেশন হয়,
তো আমি তো এখনো
প্রিভিলেজ কমিউনিকেশন বিটুইন দি ক্লায়েন্ট এন্ড দি লয়ার হয়। কোর্টের কাছে রিপোর্ট ফাইল করলে সেটা প্রিভিলেজ কমিউনিকেশন হয় না। এভিডেন্স একটা পড়।
এভিডেন্স একটা আমি পড়েই তো বলছি, দেখান যতগুলো দেখাবি দেখিয়ে নে।
My lord, kindly takes, my lord, section 218 of the Panchayat Act, my lord. Kindly see, my lord, what they have granted. Now, this is a license granted under section 26 of the West Bengal Zilla Parishad Act 1963. My lord, has found it, my lord? This is under section 26 of the West Bengal Zilla Parishad Act.
Where is this section mentioned?
My lord, in the middle, my lord, form of license for holding fair or mela.
Yes, section 26.
My lord, kindly take section 200 and
And it has been repealed.
it has been repealed, my lord. It has no validity in the eye of law. My lord, quashes it, my lord. My lord, since
all license.
and naturally, but this is the final license. This is the final. So this has no validity in the eye of law. With the coming into force of the Panchayat Act, my lord, this Zilla Parishad Act, my lord, has been repealed.
May I answer to this question? Kindly come to the page 10 of
I'm on a document, my lord.
10 of
Page
my
10.
of my document.
Yeah, it's a copy. Is it copy?
Page 10.
Yes. Millet, the 162 Act of the Jela Parishad, Millet, we have invoked over here. Now, Lordship, kindly see, Millet, the copy annexure 16.
Now suddenly another copy of the report comes up.
না না, এটা ওখানেই রয়েছে।
আমি বললি তো তোর কাছে কপি নেই, পড়ে তারপরে দিবি।
16.
Yes, it is in 15. West
15.
Bengal Act, Panchayat Act 1973. Chapter, it starts, Lordship, see, Millet, we have already annexed over here. Now, kindly see the Millet, it act may be called as the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973. Now, kindly see 162, skip over on the page. A
Yes.
Jela Parishad may require the owner or the lease of a fair or mela or an owner of a lease of a land intending to hold a fair mela in thereon to obtain a license in this behalf. The Jela Parishad on such terms and conditions as may be prescribed and on payment of the fee, such license. Millet, accordingly, Millet, this, as per this section, Millet, this power has been given to us. That we have invoked and Millet granted the license.
Learned friend,
Under another license, you have invoked very well, but it should be under the 73 Act
Should
and
be
not
under
under the
Panchayat Act,
repealed
yes.
Act.
Millet, the
That is a printed form which has not been changed.
So this goes, my lord. This has, my lord, no legal sanctity, my lord. There's no legs to stand upon, and I'm sure, my lord, my learned friend being so reasonable will not be trying to justify it, my lord.
Millet, I will say, Millet, only this thing, Millet. The writ petition is confined to the not challenging the decisions. The writ petition is confined to the Millet granting the permissions. Now, if he is agreed by this, he has a scope to challenge the same.
I was on the question of malice in law, my lord. It is now well demonstrated. Somehow or the other, my lord, to support, my lord, this route, my lord, this particular faction, my lord, who is claiming, my lord, herself to be the Shanghadipati. Though, my lord, I had indicated it is just an ornamental post.
Please come.
Yes, it's a society. My lord, a society, my lord, knows, my lord, very well, my lord, under the provisions of the Societies Registration Act, my lord, it is either the president or the general secretary.
Petitioner,
Let Lordship would kindly take trouble to see once more the last annexure of this might and instruction.
yes. 16,
Yes, 16, which I was referring from the very beginning.
24th of January
On
2006.
increase of the workload in Jala Parishad, such and such, on the careful consideration of the matter, Governor in exercise of the power conferred to section 212 of the West Bengal Panchayat Act, West Bengal such and such, has been pleased to direct the executive officer of the Jala Parishad, including the such and such, shall delegate the power, function and responsibility depending upon the local function, and additional such and such, this has been given. And
Additional executive officer is all right. It's
In the
No
question
issue.
of law,
no
how,
issue with his jurisdiction to issue the license.
No.
No issue with that.
how permission under a repealed act can be granted, how a license, my lord.
Thank
So
you.
sets it aside, my lord,
The-
sends both of the applications, my lord, back to, my lord, the authority, so that they can
What
consider.
he has not challenged the same, my lord.
It is now, my lord, on record. It is the
He
state
is
who.
seeking, my
It's
lord,
the state.
quashing of a criminal
It is-
case
it-
in the prayer.
No.
See that?
Oh,
No, no,
The petitioner
it is about essentially about grant of permission.
prays for a direction upon the respondents to grant permission to hold
41.
Motua Dharma Mohamela
Yes.
on and from 27th March 2024 in favor of All India. Now, Mr. Bhattacharya, come to your prayer. Be.
My lord,
I have indicated, my lord.
Oh, you have.
They are asking for the quashing of the criminal case.
No, no.
Prayer B. Prayer B.
I'll tell
No,
you,
Prayer
for-
A is the permission.
my lord, with the advent of
Prayer A is dispensation of Rule
Correct.
26. Prayer B is for holding the fair.
Fair.
with the advent of technology, my lord, as I
Yes.
keep on saying, my lord, we were all born
Right.
intelligent, my lord, but technology ruined us, my lord. My lord, 4 has to be read as 5, my lord.
It has to be read as. Now this, the old one, section
I
26
see.
has to be read as
My lord, we are
70.
my lord, we are individuals, my lord. What we can do, my lord, a statutory body cannot do that, my lord.
Achha, ki bola?
My lord, my lord,
27th of March 25.
Muhyiddin paper.
Wrongly mentioned as 27th March 2024 in favor of All India Motua Mahasangha. An application for obtaining the license was made on 27th of February 2025 before the Secretary of the Zilla Parishad. Stop. The same was not responded to by the authority. Stop. The matter was taken up for consideration by the court on 11th of March 2025, and upon hearing the parties, the court directed the learned advocate representing the state respondents to obtain instruction as to whether permission for holding the fair was granted in favor of any other person or authority. Stop. Paragraph. Today, instruction has been forwarded by the additional executive officer of the Jila Parishad, wherefrom it appears that permission for holding the fair license for holding the fair in Form 29 has been allowed by the additional executive officer, North 24 Parganas Zilla Parishad, on 10th March 2025. Stop. The form of license records that license for holding the fair is granted under section 26 of the West Bengal Zilla Parishads Act, 1963. Stop. Paragraph. It has been the instruction forwarded by the Jila Parishad mentions that as the application filed by the petitioner was not backed up by supporting documents, accordingly, the same could not be considered. Stop. As a separate application was already pending consideration before the authority along with all supporting documents, the same was considered and the license granted. Paragraph. On a perusal of the license, it appears that the same has been granted under the provisions of the West Bengal Zila Parishads Act 1963. Stop paragraph. According to section 218 of the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973, with effect from the date of coming into office of a Panchayat Samiti under subsection 3 of section 94, the provisions of the West Bengal Zila Parishads Act 1963 relating to Anchalik Parishads stand repealed within the territorial limits of the block. Stop. With effect from the date of coming into office of a Jila Parishad under subsection 3 of section 140, the provisions of the West Bengal Jila Parishads Act 1963 relating to Jila Parishads stand repealed in the district. Stop paragraph. In the present case, the license has been issued under the provision of law which has been repealed by the coming into effect of the West Bengal Panchayat Act, 1973. Stop.
But one more point, I just found out from the report that they have handed over to me. They say about formal application being made by the person in whose favor it was granted. They have annexed the formal application at annexure 5. But the formal application, what they are saying, is a letter, just which was issued to the officer in charge of Gaighata police station. This cannot be a formal application. And there are no other document, apart from this. Kindly consider,
No, it is here. It must be here.
No. I just checked up, This is what they are referring to as the formal application, Apart from that, nothing has been annexed,
3rd of
13th of January,
13th of January.
Yes, page 6, they are saying like previous years, similarly for the current year of 2025, on the basis of formal application by the applicant Mamata Thakur, Shanghadipati of All India Mahasangha, which has been received at Jila Parishad on 3/3/2025. So they receive it just on 3/3, the Jila Parishad. And formal application, an application made to the officer in charge, cannot be reckoned as a formal application, And if can also take notice, of the fact that it was a copy of the same also, was never made over to the Jila Parishad, Annexure 5. This speaks of malice, as I was indicating,
Next. Any license issued under a repealed provision of law cannot be acted upon. Stop. The licensee cannot use the said license for holding the subject fair. Stop paragraph. It appears that the application of the petitioner is pending consideration before the Jila Parishad.
So that is the only application, They do not have any application.
Stop. The additional executive officer of the Jila Parishad is directed to consider the said application made by the petitioner on 27th of February 2025 in accordance with law. After giving reasonable opportunity of hearing to all the necessary parties and thereafter pass an order either to allow or to reject the prayer of the petitioner for grant of license. Stop. Such decision shall be taken by the aforesaid respondent at the earliest, but positively by 19th of March 2025. Instruction forwarded by the respondent authorities be retained with the records. Writ petition stands disposed of.
As a logical corollary, whatever else, they are putting buttressing on, they also stand cancelled, because this is the genesis, it has to come from the Jila Parishad.
Those are all old documents. Why will the court cancel those?
Because he has carried as a party.
In the report, then no, I can do
Nothing.
that.
I have only mentioned that the license which has been issued under the repealed provision cannot be acted upon.
What they will do, they will say that they have the permission from the other authorities. Therefore, I am granting license to them. But can kindly record my submission, to the only limited extent, that there is no formal application which has been made to the Jila Parishad.
The authority will see.
Kindly record my submission.
The authority, the aforesaid respondent shall consider the application which has been made by the Jela Parishad?
No, but application, my lord, made by the other faction, my lord.
No, other faction is not there before the Jela Parishad. I have mentioned that only the application before the Jela Parishad will be considered.
Grateful to you.